All right, students, let's walk through a real day in the life of a data engineer. Imagine it's 9:30 a.m. and you just log into work. First, your day begins with a daily stand-up or in a scrum meeting. This is a short 15 to 30 minutes team call where you tell three things. That is, what you did yesterday, what you are working on today, any blockers you are facing. For example, yesterday I have ingested a hospital data from an API into S3. Today, I will clean and transform it using PySpark. Now that the team knows what you are up to, you get into action. So the second thing you start a day is data ingestion. This is where you pull raw data from various sources like REST APIs, NoSQL databases, Excel sheets, or CSV files, or log files, etc. You may use Python scripts, SQL queries, or even scheduling it via Apache Airflow. For example, here, ingesting the appointment data from a hospital systems into a S3 Raju. Once the raw data is in place, the next thing you must do is clean and prepare the data. Now, now comes data cleaning and transformation. This is where you remove nulls, fix data formats, and apply business logic. So, for example, here, converting the date of birth to age group buckets, formatting the phone numbers, and removing the special characters. Here, we use the tools like Pandas, PySparks, or DBT are used here. But it doesn't stop there. Once you start building the pipelines, you must monitor them regularly. That brings us to pipeline monitoring and debugging. You use tools like Airflow, Spark UI, or AWS CloudWatch to check if your pipelines are running correctly or not. For example, an Airflow task failed because the schema changed. So you read the error, fix the transformation logic, and re-trigger the job. After the data is clean and ready, where does it go? Right into the data warehouse or lakehouse. This is where you store the final data into platforms like Snowflake, Redshift, or Delta Lake. You also add partitions or indexes to make queries faster, especially for reports and dashboards. Now the data is available in the warehouse. The next big task is writing the SQL queries. You all write advanced SQL to build views, dashboards, machine learning features, etc. For example, find the top 10 hospitals with the highest number of ICU readmissions in the past month. Once your code and logic are tested, you move to the CI/CD deployment. This means pushing the code via Git, creating the pull requests, and using tools like Jenkins or GitLab CLI to deploy your pipelines. Here, for example, deploying a pipeline that flags abnormal blood pressure values using the thresholds. As you are doing all this, don't forget the people on the other side, the stakeholders. You also handle the stakeholder communication. This includes update the clients, analysts, or business teams on what's ready, what's delayed, and why. For example, client asked for a weekly blood sugar trend analysis. You create the logic, document it, and share the data set. You also do proper documentation. This means writing the data dictionaries, pipeline architecture, troubleshooting the nodes. For example, here you are updating the internal wiki with new pipeline changes and instructions for new team members. And finally, every great data engineer is a lifelong learner. So you all spend a bit of time on learning and upskilling. This could be an exploring Kafka for real-time streaming, DBT for transformations, great expectations for testing data quality. For example, today I am exploring the Kafka to stream a patient check-in data live. So students, you see how beautiful that day flows. Each activity leads into the next one. This is not textbook theory. This is exactly how we all work in the real world. And here is the best part at the GAYU IAS and Tech, powered by Larry Cloud Solutions. We don't just teach this theory, we make you build it. We give your real projects with real tools and real Jira tickets. From healthcare to banking to e-commerce, you will be trained like an actual engineer in the field. So what are you waiting for? DM us now to join the course and get the demo session link. Let's build your career the right way, the real way. This is GAYU IAS and Tech, your launchpad to future-proof data engineer career. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.